Well, when it comes to refugees fleeing their homelands, they often stop the moment they find safety. But that's putting a burden on southern European states. Greece is demanding that northern nations take their share of the problem. RT's Anastasia Churkina picks up the story.
Fleeing a bloody war in Syria, men, women and children fill a square in Athens. Here there's sorrow but also hope of starting afresh away from their torn homeland.
To have a better life, to have good life, peace life.
They dream of a new life in the EU, in quite literally any country that will take them.
Just any place in Europe that can be safe and peaceful for me, that can give me good conditions for study and living and bring my family, that's it.
But reaching that goal is a long way ahead. There are 3.6 million refugees displaced from crisis-torn Syria. Migrants' rights groups say the European Union can and must accept at least 180,000. But not everyone in the EU is ready with open arms.
We're not ready to accept everyone. We shouldn't accept everyone. We don't need everyone.
Unaccepting of those left without a home because of a war in which the West has hardly been an innocent bystander through supporting the uprising that led to the current crisis.
I was talking a lot about the Arab Spring and about Syria. We should stick with the Arab Spring. The idea of the growth of democracies in these countries is a good thing.
The history of foreign interventions probably for centuries now. The governments think that it's going to be a simple matter and it'll all be over in a few months. And life has obviously proven a lot more complex than this.
The UN and 30 humanitarian organizations have urged wealthy countries to accept more refugees as winter sets in.
We are on our limits, and we don't want to see people sleeping in the streets, but at the same time their numbers are so vast.
With millions displaced, the UK has so far taken in only 90. Britain says it's already doing enough by being the second largest contributor of humanitarian aid to Syria after the US, having pledged £700 million. But critics don't buy that, saying both Britain and the EU have the capability and an obligation to help more. While the bureaucratic process of accommodating Syrian refugees moves at a glacial pace, these people, some on hunger strike, continue to wait to be regarded not as just inconvenient numbers, but as displaced fellow people in dire need of help. Anastasia Churkina, RT.